Hi, I'm Patti Napolitano, owner and operator of Wellness Cleveland, and I have a lot more sitting still time this week, if you can't tell, because I've recorded things, but also I'm supposed to be sending one email that is requiring a lot of drafts and so many steps. So, of course, I'm finding ways to put it off, which is a great indication when you are running your business that you are stressed about something. And I definitely know what it is. We got this under control. And I just went to pull out my business cards because I realized as I was going through all of I have like stacks of meeting notes by category. I have folders. I have all these things I'm going through to make sure I have everything I need in this draft before I send it out. And I thought I visualized these shoes. And I realized this is one of the tricks I learned. I was at a child parent psychotherapy conference. It was international. So we had actually a therapist from Trinidad and Tobago. And it was so, I can really pinpoint ways that it changed my clinical practice and the way that I looked at things when I really was working with a clinician from another country, and the way that we had to adapt the interventions and the way that I could adapt interventions. So, like, as always, the more voices and the more ways of thinking, the better it's going to be. Um, and we had like a stress reduction breakout where for 45 minutes people just kind of talked about the different things they did. And you, in therapy and in clinical work and in social work, you're teaching people structured problem solving, and that there's multiple options or choice points, like where can I make a choice and where can I not make a choice? What are my barriers? So you're really evaluating internal and external systems, in even if it's not in a clinical role. So we cannot be tied to positive outcomes for patients or our clients choosing a certain thing or a certain way of life. You can't be invested in it. And so it can be really hard to be internally motivated to do things like emails. You just like the drudgery, the emails and the sorting and the filing and the medical record. There's like endless paperwork. And that is what I like to put off first when I'm stressed. So when I'm stressed, I stop, because the best meditations happen 1 to 2 minutes at a time all the way through your day. And I envision, since I have been in social work, primarily in the housing field since 2000, I like to picture a set of work boots outside of a front door, because I know my barn boots or my hiking boots or my shoes that are dirty I keep outdoors, and that's an indication that I'm home. And so, of all the children I've ever worked with, their family, and they slept in a bed at a house where there were shoes outside the door. I like to imagine each one of those doors with a pair of shoes, like it's on a map and it's glowing, and then like a zoom out of all the points of light. And who knows? Who knows where people have been? But that is something that really makes me feel better when I am on my fourth round of the U.S. ending homelessness in 4 years or in 10 years or whatever. But I've made so many wonderful friends and partners along the way. And some of them for this project and some of them for others. So yeah, you can just see by my body language, it truly is so relaxing. So it's really important for me. I don't like to pick a happy place, because happy places can be invaded. I've got just a bajillion bad stories. And after a lifetime in this work, 25 years of intervening with people. So a lot of things that would be relaxing, stress management, a positive affirmation, contain secret things that stress me out. So that is why the longer you are in this field, the more likely you are to have a wall of plants next to your window, because very vibey, right? so non-triggering. But also when I was on a trauma-informed care committee, some of the research indicates that listening to nature sounds, listening to bird sounds does a great job of creating this neuroception of safety. Our human ears, when we hear bird sounds, it's I think, parasympathetic response where your body down regulates because the birds would see predators and go quiet. Like the Bird Box movie. So if you can tolerate bird sounds and listen to them, that can be a great getaway. But also, if you just look, I want to go back here. If you just look at pictures of green space. So I do love to take video of running water. This is almost certainly Lake Erie. I really think that is Edgewater. During COVID, my kids and I went to a different Lake Erie beach every day on my lunch hour, and it was fabulous. So I like to take pictures of or videos of little creeks and listen to them later. To me, you are a human in this habitat. So the more you can encourage your patients to be outside and be in their habitat, the more we can encourage ourselves to be outside and be in our habitat, the more naturally regulated our bodies are going to be to our diurnal cycles and our circadian rhythms and all that. So that's my therapy tip from Wellness Cleveland. I hope you have a fabulous day, and it's really possible I might get this email sent out today. I feel it. I feel it coming.